offensive possession of the game. Check out what the Mavericks do. They double team Ayton. This is a summer league game, guys. Summer league. #1 pick, clearly getting the respect. Well, that's why Shaq Harrison throws the lob to Ayton, and you get the alley-oop. Ayton sitting over there, kind of like pointing to the rim, asking for it. Right hand, that's a jam. Adjusting to the NBA game process. Looks complete.
There's some big guys down there, and, got to get in the weight room. Them dudes are big, and, a lot of guys are very talented and explosive. You always got to be alert on the floor.
He seemed pretty alert. I mean, on his own down low in the second, Jalen Jones trying to dunk on him. That's not going to happen. He asked what his big takeaway was from this, and he's like, there's just so much energy. You could feel it everywhere. There were also a lot of fans in Las Vegas. Alert. Tip in off the glass. Ayton played in about 22 minutes. 6 points, 8 rebounds. He had 6 and 5 just in the second half. Ayton's not the only top 10 pick, though, for the Suns. They got Mikal Bridges from the Sixers with the 10 pick via that trade. He was feeling it from the corner with the three ball for you, 3 ball for you. He played 18 minutes. 2 in a row at one point, and then there's his third 3. Top corner. Bridges had 14 points. Only missed all 3. He was 4 for 5. Suns looking good with their new guys, at least in Summer League. 92-85, the final in this one.
As you said, Mavs #3 pick, Luka Doncic, still waiting for his release from Real Madrid. So he isn't playing yet, but he is practicing with the team. You see that there. They'd actually like to have him. There's a possibility he doesn't play any Summer League games at all. But since he isn't playing, he had time to chat with Doris Burke and Mark Jones.
So you've played professional basketball since you were 16. You, in such a short time, Luka, have been able to achieve so much. What most excites you about your first opportunity, whenever that comes, whenever you get your release to play in the NBA?
I mean, to play against all these superstars like LeBron, he's my favorite. But all the players, like Harden, Chris Paul, everybody. There's so many good players, and I'm just excited to be here and to play against them.
Did you see Markelle Fultz in the background, like waving, saying, "Hi, Mom"? That was maybe the best part of all that. It's very cute. Let's take stock of what Doncic has already accomplished. He won the 2017-18 EuroLeague MVP, becoming the youngest player to win the award at age 19, and then went on to guide Real Madrid to that league's title as well as the Spanish League title. Accomplished young man.
More Summer League. Clippers and the Warriors. DeMarcus Cousins, that's the new guy on the squad for the Warriors, and Kerr was like, here's how I got him.
Bob called me and he said, you're not going to believe this, but we have a shot at DeMarcus Cousins, and caught us all off guard. Wow. And we just felt like we didn't have enough all-stars. So
I've always wanted a team where, everything doesn't rely on me, and, now I'm in that position.
Poor Warriors. The roster was just looking so thin before they landed him. They do have Jordan Bell, second-year pro, was an all-star in this one, second quarter, outrunning everyone. Legs it in with the foul, showing some hustle there. Bell would miss the first free throw, and then he hustles. Check this out, the block on the other end. Both sides of the floor, sort of making good for the miss at the free throw line, and then into the third quarter, one side to the other, coast to coast, gets the dunk. Bell had 6 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks. The Warriors win. Shocking, I know, 75. Looking at a way for everyone to get out. That's according to Adrian Wojnarowski and Royce Young. It's going to happen sometime this summer, and it's going to save the Thunder more than $100 million. It could be a buyout or the stretch provision or trade.
The Houston Rockets are the team you need to watch out for when it comes to Carmelo Anthony. Remember, he was supposed to be there last year. If only the Knicks had taken Ryan Anderson off of the Houston Rockets' hands. Not to mention the fact that Trevor Ariza is gone. He's not going to be a Phoenix Sun. So if you're the Houston Rockets, you desperately need a Carmelo Anthony. Somebody who can shoot, somebody who ain't going to go 0 for 9 from three-point range, somebody who's going to feed better off of the facilitation of Chris Paul and James Harden. Not to mention somebody who's got something to prove. And oh, by the way, did I bring up the fact that in the city of Houston, in the state of Texas, there are no state income taxes? That would mean more money in Carmelo Anthony's pockets than if he went to Los Angeles, California, and had to pay those taxes. It might not matter to most of you, but it matters to him. Houston has the edge. It ain't a guarantee, but they have the edge.
Clearly it matters to him. He opted in. OKC played nearly 2,000 minutes with Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony on the court together last season. They fared okay. They outscored opponents by 4.9 points per 100 possessions. But when Melo was just on the bench, it was just that much better. With Westbrook and George only, they improved by nearly 10 points, with the biggest difference coming on the defensive end. That second quarter, Bamba scoring his first points. I mean, they're technically NBA points, but yeah. Later, Bamba, the lay-in. Steve Clifford's got to like what he sees in his new man.
He's very bright. He's a good learner. He has a ton of questions, and he has the right attitude to make quick improvement and figure this game out quickly.
Okay, so speaking of his ability to improve quickly, late in the second, Bamba catches it in the paint, gets blocked. Not quite sure how that happens when you're that tall, but it does occasionally. So then the adjustment comes in the fourth. On defense, Bamba loses sight of the ball, trying to get the block on Jordan McLaughlin, but then it's not going to happen again. Sees Theo Pinson and gets it done. 11 points, 7 rebounds, and that block. Magic win by 6.
I would sing Summer League too, but I can't stay on key like you do. Every time it's the same.
It's only by accident.
So good. Cavs, Wizards, Colin Sexton, a part of the future of the Cavs, and he came in the game wearing former Cavalier Kyrie Irving's old number and new sneakers, the Kyrie 4s. But Cleveland, it's a new sheriff in town. Sexton, he can do this quite well. Drains the long three. That's the first bucket for Sexton, and in the second half, he really starts to heat up in the paint, putting the layup up. He flexes, few possessions later, getting the pass in the paint, able to put it in. And Sexton here pulling up, connecting with the jumper. He likes it, but there was a scary moment in the third. Here's Sexton driving into the paint, creating contact, and doesn't get the layup to go. He twists his ankle if you look at it again. So Coach James Posey decided to take him out of the game. He did return in the fourth. Cavs win it 72-59. We've got you covered with 5 Summer League games today, beginning at 3:30 Eastern with the Spurs and Pacers on ESPN2. Trae Young will be in action at 5:30. We'll see if he can get things going in Summer League play. The Hawks taking on the Knicks there. And the marquee matchup of the day takes place at 7:30 Eastern as the top 2 picks from last month's draft square off, DeAndre Ayton and Marvin Bagley.
We won't throw pencils at you, or maybe we will, but we will review your week.
Erasers feel better when they hit you. In other news, LeBron signed with the Lakers. Not sure if you heard.
I did hear small talk of that. And then there was all this talk of the Lakers getting LeBron and then signing another stud to create a new super team. And in reality, how do you like some LeBron with a side of JaVale McGee? Lance, let me blow in your ear, Stevenson. Rajon Rondo makes total sense, except wait, didn't they pick Lonzo Ball with the number 2 pick in the draft like a season ago? Vegas like it because LeBron. BC, the Lakers were 20-1 to win a title. AD, 5-1, third best odds to win, only behind the Warriors and the Celtics. Win a title in the next 4 years, just so happens to be the length of LeBron's contract, by the way. 2-1, in case you're into that sort of thing.
So why might the odds be ever in the Warriors' favor? Well, Boogie Cousins made non-Warriors fans curl into the fetal position when he signed with Golden State, meaning they will literally start 5 All-Stars next season. Boogie making a cool $5.3 million on this deal probably doesn't care that people are saying he broke the NBA. One reminder, the Warriors were going to be the favorites anyway. Knicks center Enes Kanter tweet game strong. People favorited and retweeted the dickens out of this one. Adam Silver has agreed to a mid-level extension with Golden State. Enes, there's just actually no such thing as a mid-level extension. I think you meant exception, but we'll let that one slide.
Options for OKC. Keep a guy who averaged a career-low 16 points a game for you last season, pay him close to $30 million plus the NBA fancy taxes, which means that 16-point player is like a $130 million player. Or do as the Thunder are doing with Carmelo Anthony. According to our Adrian Wojnarowski and Royce Young, figure out a way to cut him loose, like now, sometime this summer. Trade him, buy him out, or stretch provision. Because Carmelo isn't worth it. Anthony had a cap hit of $26.2 million last season, the 12th highest in the NBA. That's fine until you compare that to his career low player efficiency rating of 12.8, which ranked 224th. See, you break up because the relationship is broken.
So my favorite movie is Wedding Crashers for obvious reasons, these guys. But when someone coming out with a Barbecue Crashers movie, please talk to me. Maybe it should star Donovan Mitchell. He actually crashed 3 barbecues on July 4th, aka a really innovative approach to avoiding grilling his own hot dogs. More on hot dogs in a moment. Is it really crashing if you tweet a warning though? And also, how many sets of eyeballs are required to make it legit? Anyway, can you imagine sitting around your kiddie pool in the backyard just waiting to see if Donovan Mitchell shows up? These people actually had a real pool, and it was clutch on a 100-degree day. By the way, we're actually looking for a pool party to crash in Bristol, Connecticut later today. Any takers, tweet us.
I mean, it doesn't have to be Bristol, it could be Farmington. There's a green-faced, unwell-looking emoji to explain what Joey Chestnut did on the 4th of July, or at least that's what I imagine it was what he felt like doing after downing 74 of America's finest in processed meats in a bun. The dude's stomach doesn't make sense. 74 hot dogs in 10 minutes, and no, he didn't actually yak because that defeats the purpose, and it's actually against the rules, and I still don't get it, but let's do the math anyway. Chestnut, who is 34, by the way, took down 7.4 dogs a minute en route to his 11th mustard belt. Does a person who eats 74 hot dogs in 10 minutes really need a belt? Really?
Oh, the dog days of summer. This is the time of year where people fall asleep at baseball games, even when they have really good seats. What a spot for a snoozle. Take it from me, if you whisper about them, they won't wake up. But Carlos Gomez might have brought our dear friend Tim out of his deep slumber. Baseball can be an incredibly frustrating game. Exhibit A, Carlos Gomez and the Gatorade cooler. Great dugout etiquette by everybody else to just let that happen, not stare. I would stare, I think. It took a couple days, but Gomez decided to beg for the cooler's forgiveness. There were actually 2 coolers involved, but he only begged for the first cooler's forgiveness. Kisses, cuddles, tweets. It usually works, right? Sources say even after all this love, the cooler is still trying to decide if it will forgive and forget. I hope we can be cool again. Very clever.
You break up because it's broken. There was a point in the Nationals-Marlins game Thursday night when the Nationals were down 9 runs. Now, there are football teams who haven't been able to overcome a 9-point deficit, and they can score in increments of 7. Morale was low for the Nats as a team, but Trey Turner is a unicorn because he makes the magic. Turner batted in 8 runs, toddler style. I do it all by myself. Tied the record for the most by a leadoff hitter since RBI became a thing, which was a long time ago, 1920. Turner is also just the 6th leadoff hitter to ever hit in 8. He joins Mookie Betts, who did it last year. Apparently it's a thing.
Warm fuzzies from a couple NFL players this week. Yay. Try not to smile when you see this. It won't work. Leonard Fournette's rookie contract is worth $27 million, and he's finding ways to give back. This is really neat. Sometimes Twitter can be good. This LSU student tweeted that she needed help paying for her tuition, and Fournette responded saying he'd take care of all of it. Slow clap or fast, whatever. Turns out she was an athletic trainer at LSU when he was in school and from his hometown. So good on you, Leonard. And then there's Marquise Goodwin, who bought a house for his mom, Tamina, and sister, Deja. He surprised them with this beautiful gift and said he was thankful to his mother for everything, especially giving him a sister like Deja.
Goosebumps. I would just like to say that I cannot wait for Tom Brady to retire. No, I am not actually a Patriots hater, nor do I hate Tom Brady. It's actually quite the opposite. Because if he retires, we just get more of this, and more is more. Tom Brady living his best life on vacation. The sound is so brilliant. His golf game is not as good as his football game. And then when you see bears, I think basically Mother Nature has figured out the solution to Tom Brady. The football Bears play the Patriots on the football fields, 7th week of the season, and then isn't this how Dodgeball, underrated movie by the way, isn't this how every family should close out a holiday vacation? By throwing things at each other?
This was posted by
Giselle's arm
Giselle.
there is not bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, where's Giselle and all this? And then she showed up. So
No, I mean,
she's nailing them.
It makes everyone feel better if you can just whip things at each other. All right, coming